Hello, Internet, and welcome to Talkaholics. My name is Phantom Mike.
I'm Joyful Melancholy.
And welcome to the show that just talks about any subject, film, whatever that we feel like talking about. And this one is a doozy because we are talking about Batman and Superman, or Superman and Batman, or World's Finest, or whatever they're going to call the sequel to Man of Steel.
Ben Affleck fights drug dealers.
Yes, because that's the big news. Well, recently, there's some other big news, but we want to talk about this first, is that not only is this never happened before, that these two icons of comic book lore are finally coming together in a feature film based on a sequel that, we liked, but we admit needs improvement.
Yes.
Mainly in David S. Goyer's writing, I guess,
Yeah.
But I thought it was decent. But, girl, look at this. Look at this. This is finally happening. And the big news that everybody is, flaming about over the internet, God, the comments on some of these videos and stuff, is that Ben Affleck, yes, Daredevil himself, is playing the Dark Knight.
Well, not just Daredevil, but a guy that saves people from Middle Eastern conflicts, a guy that...
here's the thing.
What was the other movie about?
Yeah, well, let's talk about this. What did you think when you first heard this news?
I tried keeping a blank expression as possible. Like, I was just trying to keep straight, and I didn't want to say anything because I was like... At first, I was like, really?
Mm-hmm.
And after sitting on it, I'm like, oh my god, it's actually brilliant.
Look, I know people will never forget Daredevil, alright?
Yeah.
But that has more to do with Mark Steven Johnson's direction than him, because, you have the director's cut, and Ben Affleck's best scenes are put back in the movie.
Yeah, just don't forget Geely.
Yeah, people won't forget Geely, people won't forget Pearl Harbor. Yeah. Everyone at Pearl Harbor sucked, and Ben Affleck needs acting school, the song in Team America, yada, yada, yada. Anyway, his career was slumped, but Gone Baby Gone happened. Alright?
Yeah.
It happened. The guy has Academy Awards for directing, and he directed himself. He starred in these movies. I mean, for goodness sake, he already played Superman.
King.
This was a good movie.
Oh, yeah.
And he's the best part of this movie, playing the struggling actor George Reeve. The famous first television...
I know. The guy played Superman, so why can't he play Batman?
I thought, Ben Affleck's going to suck in this when we first saw him.
He was the best part of the movie.
He's the best part of the movie. Then he made movies like this. The Town. It was awesome.
Yeah. I'm not into those movies, but that was a great movie.
That was a great movie. He's gruff. He's built like a... He is great in the movie. And then he made this movie. I know a lot of people say, I loved it.
And this movie also has a connection with comic books, because Jack Kirby has a cameo.
Jack Kirby has a cameo character, as a character, because he drew the fake stills for the Argo movie.
Yep.
But no, Ben Affleck is great and commanding in this role. These are good movies. Ben Affleck has saved himself from the abyss.
That was kind of backwards and upside down.
Yeah, but Daredevil was almost 11 years ago? I forget.
Everybody forgot about those movies.
But no, he's back, I actually am looking forward to seeing him take a crack at it. He has the playboy personality down from Hollywoodland, and he has the gruff persona that it goes for Batman from The Town.
And his whole planning and strategizing from Argo.
And
I know those three movies together, and bam, you got that.
I know the defenders of Mr. Affleck have run this into the ground, but we have to bring this up. The same thing, the same kind of anger and frustration was also came to a boiling point when it came to Michael Keaton as Batman and Heath Ledger when he took on the Joker.
And we all know
Mr. Mom as Batman, that pretty boy that only does those rom-coms playing the Joker?
Yeah,
are you mad?
We all know that The Dark Knight was the worst movie of the trilogy, and that the Joker was horrible.
The Joker. Who remembers the Joker? Really? Oh my God. Give him a chance. That's all I have to say.
Yes.
Joss Whedon came out in his defense.
Josh
Val
Whedon gave
Kilmer.
it a thumbs up.
Oh, come on. Joss Whedon made a $1 billion picture. All right, Avengers. I think he knows when it comes to comic books. You know, comic book movies. And really, I really hope that they can, maybe Ben Affleck can get in there, and some people talk about, maybe he can give some pointers to Zack Snyder and David Goyer when it comes to directing and writing. Because, again, maybe David S. Goyer, it wasn't right for him to be by himself in writing a screenplay for Man of Steel. Right? I think, because if you look at the Dark Knight trilogy, it was mainly written by Christopher and Jonathan Nolan with David S. Goyer with there, kind of writing and helping. So I felt the Man of Steel was missing that sort of, you know, that Nolan flair that the original movies had, even if people still see, you know, Rises is pretty weak. Yeah, I think there needs to be a little bit more into this sequel. There needs to be some more writing. We can't put everything on Zack Snyder and David S. Goyer, which Zack Snyder's good visually, but when he writes, and David S. Goyer
Get sucker punched in the balls.
He wrote Ghost Rider: Spirit of Vengeance. Yes. Yeah. No. No, I don't think that guy should be left by himself.
I still get nightmares from that movie.
Oh, and remember, he wrote and directed Blade Trinity. Yeah. So, yeah, way to go, David.
Yeah. Giving all people named David a bad name.
Well, anyway, I guess that's our opinion on Mr. Affleck as Batman. Give him a chance. Give him a chance. Now, okay, this just happened recently, and it's pretty much all but confirmed officially. I mean, what was it? Checking my computer. Bryan Cranston has now supposedly been cast as Lex Luthor. What do you think of that, Mr. Breaking Bad?
Oh, I've never seen Breaking Bad, but I have friends that are obsessed with the show, and from leaving the little snippets I've seen and stuff, and when he goes bald in the show, yes, for Lex Luthor.
I think it's perfect.
I vote Lex Luthor.
I think it's perfect because it's going to be probably a different performance than Gene Hackman's more silly, like faux aristocrat style, and Kevin Spacey's
Gene Hackman style.
Kevin Spacey would have made a good Lex Luthor if he wasn't tied down by Gene Hackman's performance.
But then we have one of the best Lex Luthors not in a film.
As established by Man of Steel, this is a far more serious, the DC universe is going to be a lot more serious than the Marvel films.
Can't forget about Clancy Brown.
Bryan Cranston, yeah, I know, Clancy Brown's great.
Oh, I love
voice of Lex
Brown.
Luthor. But I think Bryan will do a good job.
Oh, he'd be great. I've seen pictures of him. I could definitely see him.
I want them to do that evil corporate mastermind, well, not chewing the scenery style, but I really want to see Lex Luthor going toe-to-toe with Bruce Wayne in the boardroom. Just the two of them just going at it I want that scene to be an amazing performance. And I think, just in my personal opinion, I think Lex Luthor should also have like a soldier villain in the movie. And a lot of people have been throwing around Brainiac as like a villain created to fight Superman and Batman. I also thought about Metallo because I figure here's my thing. Lex Luthor is the brains. He's the brain guy. Yep. So we need a soldier villain. We need someone who can go toe to toe. So Metallo is actually good as a fighter villain, but not really that intelligent. But it also brings in kryptonite into the story because Metallo has a kryptonite heart, and that will be able to bring that in. Like Lex Luthor finds kryptonite, and he builds this creature to fight, Metallo, to fight Superman because he feels he's convinced the public that he's a greater danger to the world, and Batman even buys into this for like the first half of the movie. That Superman is too much of a danger. He's a loose cannon. I mean, and then they could go and they can retcon and finally, give a reason why there was all that destruction in the first movie and all that collateral damage. It's like, see, Lex Luthor goes, see, this guy is dangerous. He caused all this destruction. He should be stopped. Perfect. Then it'd give a lot of credibility to Lex Luthor's character and give him a lot of power against the Man of Steel.
You know who I think should be the soldier villain? Should be somebody who is born on a Monday.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was Solomon Grundy like a Superman villain?
He was originally a Golden Age Green Lantern villain. He started off with the Green Lantern back in the Golden Age. Then when he moved on to the Silver Age, he became a very prolific villain against both Batman and Superman. Hence why he was featured in the Arkham City game.
Yeah.
He was a villain, but yeah, no, in later he actually became a prolific villain for Batman and Superman, and with the new 52 continuity, which again everybody's kind of on edge about. I mean, I like it. And, I'm a huge Flash fan, but
so Flash might be getting his movie, and also might be an Arrow.
So when they went and created the Earth 2 continuity for the new 52, because now they brought back basically the two Golden Age, Flash and Green Lantern. Now Solomon Grundy was back to being the opposing force to the Green Lantern.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean...
I don't know. I think probably they should save him for Guillermo del Toro's Dark Universe movie.
That would be cool. Can you imagine Solomon Grundy smashing up with Swamp Thing?
Yeah. Anyway, so I guess our opinion is we're looking forward to the movie.
We like the cast.
We think Ben Affleck will do a good job. We really think Bryan Cranston will do a good job.
Just give Ben Affleck the benefit of the doubt. Just give him a chance.
We need to wait for at least a trailer.
Yeah.
We need to see him be Bruce Wayne and be Batman.
Yeah, because
see that in the trailer.
I'll admit it. I was on the
skeptic side.
I was on the anti-Heath Ledger bandwagon. I was all a part of that. I thought he was the worst decision ever. Then when I heard about the movie...
And then why so serious? Later.
Yeah, no. I mean, just give him a chance. That's all I'm saying.
Please be good. Please at least break to 70% of Rotten Tomatoes this time. Well, I mean, Rotten Tomatoes, you got to take it with a grain of salt because even a generally positive review will just be certified fresh along with, I guess, a fully glowing review. Just like a kind of negative review is weighted the same as a really negative review. So the numbers here. But in general, it was like, what, 70% like on they had the audience like meter. It's like 71%, I think, last time I checked. But, well, I liked Man of Steel, but I do admit there's a lot of problems, and I really think David Goyer needs to have some adults in the room when it comes to write. I think there should be more than one screenwriter next time around this one.
Frank Miller involvement.
Yeah, I'm kind of worried.
They've been kind of talking about that, and we all know how Frank Miller treats Superman.
I know The Dark Knight Returns is a prolific comic book, and I am not understating that
Frank Miller is not a horrible
but the way
guy,
he treats the Man of Steel leads a lot to be lacking. I mean, he's like he's a government pawn. He's an idiot. It's like, and Frank Miller going on record saying Batman is the purest hero you can find. It's like the guy's damaged. Yeah. Badly.
He's one of the most damaged heroes, and that's why we like him.
And that's what I really hope. I really hope they lighten up Superman, the Kal-El, in this one, because not to be goofy like the Batman movies went with Joel Schumacher in the studio. But I want him to be lighter as the symbol of hope, like he's supposed to be the antithesis of Batman's cold cynicism. The two of them are very different, but also the same in that they lost their parents. There's some kinship there, but they also need to be very different. I really think I don't know if the movie should be called Batman vs Superman because they should be fighting, but mostly on a intellectual, a political sort of way. Like they're contrasting each other.
Not going fisticuffs.
The symbol of hope and the brooding cynic, but also the fact that they're fighting for the same side. But they just have different ways of approaching it. And I really want the movie to cover that. And in the end, them becoming friends, even if it is just kind of, a very tense friendship, and then also be the groundwork for a Justice League movie. A lot of high hopes for this movie. Really hoping for it, because Marvel's got it. Marvel's on track. They're just knocking hit after hit. Even with the very shaky Iron Man 3, it made over $1 billion. So
yeah, I mean, all I can say this: Marvel's done a better job with making movies over DC,
Mm-hmm.
while I think DC
DC
is doing a lot better job at comics.
We're almost done.
Yeah, it's the 15-minute
yeah.
mark.
Yeah,
Well,
Marvel's
give or
definitely
take.
got this going, but
Mhm.
I really think that DC should be the contrast to Marvel.
Yes.
They should not try to be the funny, happy action movie. Oh yeah, I really think they should do a more serious route to make themselves different.
Yeah,
Which is why I didn't mind a lot of the darkness, in the sometimes brooding elements of Man of Steel.
Mhm.
But I do think they need to lighten up just a little bit.
Yeah,
you know
I
what
mean, definitely go with the darker tone, but
Mhm.
not too dark like The Dark Knight. So I would say
Superman's not Batman.
more darker than Marvel, and a lot less. Hello, my name is Trevor.
Oh yeah, Trevor, thank you.
You're the Mandarin.
Oh, you're getting a phone
I
call.
got a phone call.
We're gonna have to cut this out.
No, come on.
Okay.
We're at the end anyways.
So, okay. We're looking forward to it. Give Ben Affleck a chance. I really hope Bryan Cranston really kills it as Lex Luthor, and
yes,
hoping to God this movie does a lot better with the critics and financially than the Man of Steel. So,
can I
There we
do
go,
one
yeah.
thing I did like in my last video, but
Do it.
not as crazy? Do it. I don't know. It seems like it's gonna be a regular thing now, where I'm gonna be promoting something at the very end, which is something completely random. But we just again too recently saw a movie. Oh my God, it was phenomenal. We went to saw The World's End.
go see The World's End
Yes.
now. I know it's only in 1,500 theaters,
I
but
know.
go see it.
If it's in a theater near you, or
See
the
it.
nearest theater to you, go and see that movie. It's gonna finish off what the Cornetto.
The the Three
Cornetto.
Flavors of Cornetto trilogy.
Yeah. So if you like people drinking and getting drunk and
for
beating
goodness
the
sake,
shit out of robots,
You got to
it's-
support Edgar Wright. He's directing Ant-Man soon
Yeah,
after
he's-
Avengers: Age of Ultron, which
Yep.
we look forward
Well,
to
that'll
that.
be interesting.
So okay,
Go see World's End.
and be kind to Ben Affleck
Yes.
until we see the trailer. Then, if he's terrible,
Then we
rip
can-
him to
yeah.
shreds. We'll rip him to shreds. So until then, this is Phantom Mike,
And I'm Joyful Melancholy.
and this was another episode of Talkaholics.
Now, all this talk of the World's End makes me hungry for some ice cream.
Oh, yeah. I don't think we get Cornetto in America.